I can't believe I said no like that. No!
The ring. IIconics versus LayCool. I hear it all the time. I'm sure you hear it all the time too.
Yeah. I don't even know if I am insatiable. Like, I always wondered, am I insatiable?
Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS, and today we are getting flawless because we are here with the former Divas champion, women's champion, Diva Search winner, Layla L.
Hi guys, how you doing?
We are here in LA at the Wrestling Guy store, and it is your first meet and greet in over 5 years.
Absolutely, yep, my first one, and I actually got a little emotional and cried a little bit.
I heard.
Yeah, because people were telling me such deep stories, and I was just like, wow, to think I even had an impact on someone's life.
We're gonna go through top 5 fan voted Layla moments. We got more than 400 fan submissions.
Wow.
So let's get right into it.
Okay.
So starting from first moment, and it is...
Oh, wow. So Layla wins $250,000.
Diva Search 2006.
I remember crossing my fingers. I really thought that I was not going to win that. It still tears me up. It still makes me cry because it like changed my life.
How did this happen? How did you apply for Diva Search?
Well, actually, I was a heat dancer, which I think a lot of people already knew. A lady called Allison reached out to me when we had MySpace. Do you even know MySpace?
I do.
Okay, so she reached out to me on MySpace and was like, hey, we have tryouts, in your area. Would you like to come along? And the day of the actual audition, I was like laying in bed. It was storming outside, and I'm like, I'm just going to lay in bed all day. And then something just told me, get up, go answer that message, get the address, and go. And I did, and I ended up being 2 hours late because of the hurricane that was happening and everything. And Jane, who was one of the casting ladies there, waited for me, took my interview, and I will always be thankful to Allison and Jane because they actually got me my first opportunity to be seen and to get onto the Diva Search. Changed my life completely.
So winning the Diva Search, I think one of the breakout moments for you was definitely Extreme Exposé with Kelly and Brooke. How did that team assemble?
Actually, it was just one day.
Unfortunately, portions of this interview had audio issues, so DS cut those parts and moved them to the end with captions. We apologize for the inconvenience, but it's okay. He knows he f***ed up.
I want to talk briefly about your finishers, layout and facelift. How did that come about?
I just got shown the layout because I was looking for a finisher at the time when I really wasn't going to ever use a finisher. I think someone just said, Layla, use this. This is kind of easy, and I felt like everyone could kind of do it. It just felt natural to me. I could always hit it with finishers. If you can't hit it 20 times in a row and make it look good and crisp, don't do it kind of thing. And I think that one just stuck out to me.
What about facelift? That was like top rope.
That happened by accident. I never planned it, or we never thought that would be a finisher, but we were just up there practicing, and I was like, hold on, what about this? And just felt the move, and I liked it, and I thought it worked, and I didn't get to use it much though, right? I don't think I used it that much. I wish I would have used it more.
Let's go to our last moment, and it is...
Kaitlyn there, of course, she would have won the Divas title. Oh, look at this. Layla, look at him. Barbecue sauce with me to Kilimanjaro. Oh, great athleticism. Much better. Oh, I think she came back.
You versus Eve Torres versus Kaitlyn in a triple threat match.
I remember that it went very well, and that each girl out there really wanted to put on a great match, and by that time I think we'd been in the ring, we'd been on live events together, so we got a little bit of experience of working with each other and knowing each other's like quirks, like this one's going to move this way or that way. I think it was a really good match. I think that it turned out great, and I think the story behind it was really good because I remember it was like no one was helping anyone. It was basically each girl out for herself, and in the end it was Eve won, but I think everyone came backstage thinking that was a really great showing.
We have to talk about how this feud started because the accidental Battle Royale win.
Because it's like in that moment I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired. That reaction from Layla was 100% real. She was like, this bitch.
I was like in tears afterwards. I was like, oh my god, I ruined everything. It made it more interesting. So in hindsight, I was like, yes, I'm so glad that happened.
What did you think about this moment?
I think my face says it all. Honestly, when I was watching this match, like, I knew who was going to win. You know, I was just waiting for the finish to happen. I really didn't know what the finish was. I didn't know what their plan. I didn't know that moment was the finish. And when I saw Eve go over the rope, you can see it on my face. If you look, I'm like, I couldn't even hide it. Like, I think everybody knew, like, that was such a giveaway that something went wrong. I know, and I wish I could have concealed it better, but I was just as shocked. I mean, look at the ref. He looks like, isn't that Brad Maddox? Even him, he's like, everyone for that moment besides Eve.
She says she cried.
Yeah, she did. Sorry, she did cry. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, no, she did. And I get it, though, because you don't want to, it was a big moment and you don't want to mess it up. And I think this moment right here basically took Kaitlyn's career to the next level. Like, she finally got seen and she was a single competitor, you know what I mean? Like, she finally got up there. I still was like, is this done? Like, I remember thinking, are we finished? And I remember sitting there for a long time, and then I was like, I got up and I clapped. If you watched it, like, it wasn't hitting, like, it wasn't connecting for me, because I was like, what did they change it? And I was just like, they played a joke on me. Like, did someone tell me, like,
You were punked.
yeah, like, am I being punked right now? I honestly didn't know, but like I said, timing is everything, and everything happens for a reason, and we made it work, right?
Yeah,
we made it work, and so that's all you can say about that.
There was another storyline that was very interesting. It was when you got involved with Kaitlyn and AJ.
Good luck out there, Kaitlyn. Good luck, sweetie.
These do not help. Yeah. Oh! And AJ back in the ring.
A lot of people love that.
I said no like that? Yeah. How did I say it?
The ring.
I didn't even know I did that. That was a great moment too. Like, I think if you look at the crowd too, they were pleasantly surprised, because it was out of nowhere. We didn't know that was going to happen till a few hours before the show. Yeah, we had no clue. It was just like, all of a sudden, Layla, that's it, we're doing this tonight. And I was like, great. Like, I think it was going to be like, yeah, of course it was impactful. And I loved working with AJ and Kaitlyn. You know what I mean? It were great stories. And I was like, I'm going to be thrown in with them. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun. I can't believe I said no like that. No. Why did I say no instead of stop? Like, stop. Stuff you do sometimes when you're out there and you're performing, or it's like not yourself in person. You just do things that you're like, did I just do that? Why did I do that? But
So 2015, you announced your retirement after 10, as we've all seen, amazing years. What was the reasoning for the retirement?
I think I had a great career.
You did?
I was very, very privileged. I explored everything I could explore at WWE. Like, what else more could I have possibly done? You know, I got to be around great people, and I got to travel the world. I was able to get a great fan base behind me, and I will always be grateful. They supported me from day one since the Diva Search. Always be grateful for that. Thank you, guys. And it was just time. It was just time, and I didn't want to age too much on TV. The older we get, we're more prone to injuries, more prone to, who knows? It was just time to end that chapter of
Like
my
a
life.
realistic choice.
Yes, definitely a realistic choice.
So, you know, it's actually really refreshing, because whenever fans ask formal wrestlers, are you going to return? The default answer is never say never.
I said that today, and I didn't even mean to say it.
But you're famous for saying no with the black heart emoji.
Really?
Yeah. What are some of the reasons that you're so adamant about being able to say no?
I just feel that I had a very fruitful, long career, and I attained everything I possibly could have attained in WWE, and I was given every opportunity. That door's closed, and I'm okay with that. And I feel just happy that I was able to have that. I look at my past and I'm like, wow, I did all that stuff, and that's just how I'd like to keep it.
So even though your theme song is insatiable, you are satisfied with that chapter of your life. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know if I am insatiable. Like, I always wondered, am I insatiable? I don't know. Am I insatiable? But maybe.
You know, the one question that fans will be really upset at me if I don't ask is that everyone's dream match, IIconics versus LayCool. Everyone. I hear it all the time. I'm sure you hear it all the time too.
Yeah. Well, haven't they broken up?
They did.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, they're not together anymore, so, you know, would they come back together? I don't know.
It's on them. Well, Layla, thank you so much for counting down the fan voted top 5 moments with us. What do you want to tell your fans who's been so loyal to you all these years? We're so inspired by you. We love you to this day.
Oh, you're so sweet. I just want to say thank you guys. I've always appreciated and I will always appreciate you guys. I'm so grateful and thank you for always being so nice to me when you meet me in person. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for just loving me, I guess. I've never felt so much love, and coming out here today in doing my first appearance, I was completely floored and just in awe of everything. And I just want to say that everyone stay safe and healthy in 2020. Take care of yourselves.
I think one of the breakout moments for you was definitely Extreme Exposé with Kelly and Brooke. How did that team assemble?
Actually, it was just one day. I got a text message, hey, you, Kelly, and Brooke are going to be rehearsing at this hotel. You're flying out a day earlier than normal, and you're going to go up there and make up a routine. I had no clue. We had no clue what we were doing. We had no name because it was Kelly's Exposé.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It was like a big surprise. It was called Kelly's Exposé. I just remember going out there and being petrified, like, please, let this work. And
we're Extreme Exposé.
You know, the first couple of times it didn't work. I have to be honest with you. It was pretty awful. And then after that, it just started working. We just started clicking, and I really enjoyed, designing the costumes, choreographing the routines. That was fun too. So we had a great time. We were on the road together. We drove together. We worked together. It was just a great moment.
I mean, from there to this iconic moment with Kelly, Thanksgiving turkey throwing food fight. What do you remember about this?
The producer for that actual segment was Dusty Rhodes, and he was the one that said, okay, so take your time and hit her with this, then you wait, get angry, then you hit her with this and that. And so people were like, why were you guys doing that? Because I think everyone was expecting us to just be all over the tables, like right all over the food, stuff like that, and it didn't start off like that. It ended like that.
Yeah.
And I remember just waiting there, like, Kelly, hurry up, Kelly, hit me in the face, because of the anticipation of just waiting. You know when you're going to be hit, and you just don't know when it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
It's nerve-wracking. So I remember that, and I remember after the match, Kelly and I looked at each other and we were just like, I mean,
from there to your first singles pay-per-view match in 2010, Money in the Bank. This must have been a very special moment for her.
Yes, it really was. I remember I was terrified. I was really scared because I'd never had a pay-per-view match, especially a singles match. And I think a lot of people really expected us to fail. I will be honest with you. I think a lot of people, because if you've seen some of our matches in the past, it was a lot of pressure. And our time got cut to really nothing. So the match really didn't have as much time or as much storytelling as we'd liked it. But I think it was good. I think we did great. I think we had a great time. And I think that, I love working with her. I have great chemistry with her. It was a moment, I think, that was like, okay, I've done that. If I can do that, okay, maybe I can get to the next level. And Michelle, of course, helped us every way. Michelle was always there, she'd always say, do this or don't do that, always guide me and make sure that we did turn out great. And Fit Finley was the producer, and I have to say, without Fit, I wouldn't have a career. And I know that I would never have a career without Fit. So Fit was basically the other half of LayCool.
Wow.
It's true. It was Michelle, Layla, and then we got to put Fit Finley in there.
And Cabal.
Cabal! Oh yeah, and Cabal.
Let's move to the fan voted second moment, and it is...
The WWE Women's Championship will be defended in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Oh, the women's title for 6 months.
Ooh, look at this.
And Layla now,
Really?
cover, and the championship.
She did it.
She's done it.
You winning the WWE Women's Championship for Beth Phoenix.
When I won the title, I'm not kidding you, you could have heard a cricket. The crowd was just like this. because they couldn't believe it. If you watch it, look, if you watch it right now, they couldn't believe it. And it was in Beth Phoenix's hometown.
You're right.
Like, I didn't know what to expect going out there. When I got told I was going to win the title that night, everyone was like, come on, like, what? Yeah, a little bit. Well, because I was still, I was still new and stuff like that. It was just a great night. I wasn't even upset that the crowd didn't react or anything. Like, I really wasn't anything. I was just more grateful, humbled. I remember going backstage. I remember telling Kofi. Someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, you have to do a photo shoot, for the title." And I was like, "Okay." And I looked at Kofi and I'm like, me? I just couldn't believe it.
LayCool with Michelle McCool. How did that come about?
They wanted to start a Mean Girl angle, and I don't know necessarily if they thought that I was going to be that person. And they just said, Layla, you're going out there with Michelle. So I went out there a couple of matches with her, or I would have a match and she would be with me. And I just think the chemistry that Michelle and I had, it was undeniable. Like, it just took off. I honestly can't pinpoint a moment. It just took off. It just happened. I was so happy, of course. I was really happy to, be working with Michelle McCool. So
even though you were the holder of the title, Layla fans were upset. Like me, I was upset that you didn't defend the title and Michelle unified the title. What did you think about that?
Well, it was basically we were co-champions.
You're right.
So we were co-champions, and to be honest with you, who was the stronger fighter? Michelle. And that's okay, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not, at that time, Michelle, that's how it was supposed to be, and she was the best foot forward to go with, and I think that, either one of us could defend the title, and I'm glad she did.
Let's move to the third moment, and it is...
Oh my goodness.
Layla took her eyes off him in this one.
Oh, wow.
Know each other inside and out.
Oh, man.
And now it's Layla in control. Nice roll up there with great counter. Counter.
You versus Michelle McCool. Loser leaves WWE.
It's a lot of emotion. My friend was leaving because she was done. And then you think about it too, like, who wants to fight their best friend? Who wants to fight someone that they've been close to and you're like a sister to, right? It's like you can, we even spoke the same words without even thinking about it. And we really did. So it's like, it was the end of LayCool, and it was really, really sad. It was really, really sad for that to end, I have to say. I really, I love my time with doing LayCool. I love every second of it. It was the highlight of my career, for sure.
So, this must have been a very scary time for you because LayCool was so successful. And this was your first step as a solo competitor. What was your mindset?
I was, of course, nervous about that because I'm used to having Michelle beside me. And going out there by myself really felt like I was missing my right hand kind of thing, I was sad to let Michelle go on a personal level. Like, honestly, I really was. I really was sad that Michelle was leaving, and I didn't want her to leave kind of thing, but I know that when your time when you're ready to leave. I was really scared to embark on a singles career. I don't think I ever told anybody this, but I wrestled this match with a torn ACL and a torn MCL.
You were already injured.
Yeah, but we didn't know what was wrong with me. I knew my knee felt funny. Like, I knew I'd done something like prior that day, but I didn't know like what it was, and just iced it and went out there.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
wow.
So I wrestled that match with the torn ACL and torn MCL. I love that match. I love it. I can't watch it too much because I cry. I get emotional about it.
So speaking of being an individual, you had 3 theme songs, 1 shared with Michelle, not enough for me, but you've also got Nasty Girl and Insatiable. What's your favorite?
I want to go to Nasty Girl.
Yes! It's my favorite too!
It really is? Yeah, that was the actual song that I danced to in the Diva Search, the talent show. Like, if you'd heard my theme music prior to that, it was the Diva Search when I won, and then there was another one, it was like a techno one. And I was like, I kind of like my Nasty Girl. I kind of like it's more me, and I was kind of a heel, so it kind of worked,
So let's move to the next moment, and it is...
I guess she's scared. She is, Nikki. You're not enough for me.
Wow! Oh my goodness. Neckbreaker.
Cover. Hey, Layla wins.
Your return to win the WWE Divas Championship.
Can you tell I'm scared? I'm really scared.
Were you?
Yeah, really scared. Like, after being injured, I was out for a year, and I was really scared I was going to re-injure my knee. Nikki gave me a great match. Nikki and Brie both did. It was a great match, and you couldn't ask for a better return. I couldn't have asked for a better return, and it was basically like I got injured after me and Michelle, so it was a breakup. Then it was like a year, and then finally I came back and I got to be a single competitor. So it was just I felt like I worked pretty hard to get back into the ring, because anyone who's been injured or anything like that knows how hard it is to come back.
There was a rumor at this time that it was supposed to be Kharma that was going to return this night, and you were the last minute replacement. Is there any truth to that?
I honestly don't know. I've heard that too, and I really don't know. And I could totally see that. I could totally see that being the case, and but timing is everything, and sometimes things work out, and sometimes things don't. And it just, I was ready to come back.
There you go. This was a flawless night.
Yeah, it was a flawless night.
This really jump-started your solo career, because you really started getting respected as a worker in the ring, because you've also had some amazing matches with Beth Phoenix.
It's amazing. I mean, how can you have a hard match working with Beth? She's great. She's a great worker, and she gives you everything. And she really did. She made me look like $1 million, to be honest with you, and I'll really be grateful for that. I had really great matches with her. I really enjoyed all my matches with her, and I love taking the Amazon. I really did. So